Before I was born, the doctors thought I had a condition called cystic fibrosis. God had a plan though. It turned out that when I was born, I was perfectly healthy. When I was 2, my parents decided to come to Stewart Heights, and God blessed me with friends whom I love and cannot imagine life without. When I was 5, God spoke to me, and I asked Him to come into my heart. From that moment on, I was a new creation in Him. When I was 11, I came into the best youth group in the world, and God gave me the best friends that I could ever imagine, and I thank Him all the time for that. I may go through some hard times, but the Lord has blessed me so much that the good definitely outweighs the bad. Job said once, "The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Over the past few months, I've been called a Jesus freak, too holy, and other names. But I keep in mind that Jesus was ridiculed 1,000 times worse than I am. I actually went through a time where my friend made fun of me for wearing a purity ring, and she made the comment a few times that I should just take that thing off because I wasn't going to keep my promise to God. And I remember looking at her and thinking, wow, this is really going to be bad for me. I'm going to get ridiculed a lot. But some things that I remember are, let me get to it. Matthew 5:10-12. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward is great in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. John chapter 15, verses 18-20 says, "If the world hates you, know that it has hated me before I hated you. If you are of the world would love you as its own. But I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Remember the word that I said to you, a servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will persecute you. If they kept my word, they will keep yours." God said right there that He chose you out of the world, and He chose me, a messed up kid who sins all the time, to minister to the people around me. That's how I cope with things. Sure, I cry when people make fun of me, and I go home to my mom and vent, but when I really sit there and think about how awesome my reward's going to be in heaven, it kind of makes everything worth it. But there are times when I sit there and think, dang, it sure would be a lot easier just to give up, and it would save me a whole lot of trouble. Yeah, it saved me trouble now, but in the long run, I need God. So I do complain a lot for getting made fun of, and it's way too much. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 14 says, "So be happy when you are being insulted for being a Christian, for then the glorious spirit of glory and of God rests upon you." This verse reminds me that the more I let God shine through me, the harder the devil is going to hit me with persecution. So I want you guys to know that it's not easy being made fun of. It's not easy to be a Christian, but just know that God's there with you through it all, and He will help you through it. So, I think that's it.